Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about autonomous agents. Let's dive into autonomous agent, a powerful part of AI that's changing how things get done. First, we'll understand what is autonomous agents. Autonomous agents are a type of AI agents that can handle tasks, make decisions, and learn from new information, all without needing human help. Unlike regular AI agents that need some guidance, autonomous agents can complete multiple steps in a process entirely on their own. Think of them as independent problem solver. They are designed to manage workflows, adapt to changes, and complete tasks efficiently without waiting for human instructions. Here is an important point. Not all AI agents are autonomous, but all autonomous agents are AI agents. AI agents like copilots often need human to guide them. Both can learn and make decisions. But the big difference is that autonomous agents work fully independently. They don't just assist, they execute. While AI agents are great at supporting humans and helping us focus on bigger goals, autonomous agents take it further by running a task and workflow all by themselves. In this video, we'll focus on how to create an autonomous agent using Copilot Studio. If you are to learn more about AI, subscribe to my channel Learn Microsoft AI, where I cover everything about AI agents, Copilot Studio, and much more. Now let's get started and implement an autonomous agent step by step. For autonomous agent, I'm going to extend our safe travel agent, which we see in our last two videos. The first video we created the safe travel agent. Second video we created the email support. And in this video, as I mentioned, we are going to focus on autonomous agent. Let's get started. In our safe travel agent, send an query to my agent, build travel plan. Once we send the prompt and the corresponding topic get triggered, and in the trigger it show the message to the user, so which place they want to go and how many activities they have planned. So for our chat, is that fine? Let's take a scenario. Take a scenario when customer sent an email to our agent about the travel plan. So they're not interested to chat with our travel agent. Instead, they sent an email to us, build the travel plan. So in this scenario, we are going to implement this autonomous agent concept. So once email received from the customer, our agent will extract the email and prepare the travel plan, and after that send this information to the customer. So how to implement? Go to the overview page, and the first step, here you can see the option called the trigger. The trigger is a powerful tool for us to implement autonomous agent in Copilot Studio. So select this trigger, click this add trigger button, and there is a pop-up window and show the number of pre-built triggers. Default it shows the 9 triggers, but if you go to the all option, you can see there are different kind of triggers available based on the Teams, email, OneDrive, Microsoft Forms, Power BI. There are so many triggers available. In our use case, we need an email handler. So once a customer sent an email, the trigger should read the information. For that, I go to select the trigger called when a new mail arrives. This option, select. The top, you can change the trigger name based on your scenario, or you can leave as it is. This example, I go with this default option, and the down you can see Office 365 Outlook permission. It's enabled in case in your Copilot Studio you're not enabled. You have to authenticate yourself to access Office 365 Outlook information and click the next button. Here you have to choose the option. What type of email should handle it your trigger? The condition you can set it. The folder option you can choose which folder you should watch. I select the inbox. When the new mail arrives, the inbox should act. And the next to CC and from, I just leave it because we are not sure which customer sent an email. So I leave it as it is. Whatever mails come, you should handle it. The final one, the additional instruction to the agent when it's invoked by the trigger, the default added in the body. Later we have to change the option, but at the moment I leave it as it is, go with the default option and click the create trigger button. Trigger getting adding. Now our trigger has been added. Time to test your trigger. Click close this pop-up window. And here you can see our new trigger has been added. When a new mail arrives, use content from trigger body. And here there is option for test trigger. And here there is another option, edit in Power Automate. Let's use this option to go to Power Automate. The Power Automate, the workflow has been added. So the Copilot Studio take advantage of Power Automate workflow and create the plan for us. When new mail arrives, so that Power Automate, it will check when new mail arrives. The Power Automate should forward this information to our Copilot Studio. That was the second step. Send a prompt to the specified Copilot for processing. If you click this option, here you can see the Copilot Safe Travels has been added and Power Automate forward this body message, which we seen in the Copilot Studio while creating the trigger. So far so good. I did not change anything. Let it be there. And go to the Copilot Studio. The trigger used for us to receive the email information. Once the email information has received, how the agent should react. So what step has to take the next? That we have to define. To define this workflow, we have to use our natural language conversation. We have to inform to the agent, hey, if your new mail arrives, what action you have to take. That we have to define it. To define this instruction, we go to our instruction area. So initially we use this one for you are an assistant, the help answer question about traveling safe both domestically and internationally. Please respond in a polite manner. Only this instruction we given. Now the time to modify this instruction. What action should take if new email come to you. For that, I go to the edit option. In the instruction, I am going to add some more information. Here, if you receive an email from customer regarding the trip plan, use available knowledge source. Here we add the knowledge source about we added some of the travel website, European website and US travel website. Some other information we added here. Generate the trip plan based on the customer input. So the customer input available in the email. The second step, assume default if necessary. Here you can see how many activities are you looking for. User enter 2 or 3, whatever they are interested, but in case if the email, if they not specified the number of activities. So here I mentioned if the customer has not specified the number of activities, include a default 3 activities in the trip plan. So if email, number of activities missed out, you assume 3 as a default your travel plan. And the final step, prepare and send a response. Once the trip plan is ready, draft an email response to the customer. So the first step, to forward this information to the agent, Power Automate take care. Once email arrived the agent, what should do? That I given in the instruction place, what you should do. If you see the final step, prepare and send a response. Once the trip plan is ready, draft an email response to the customer. So this is an action item. So we have to add the action item. What is action item here? We have to send an email back to the customer the travel plan information. For that, I go to the action. We have already added the one email that's handling for our travel agent team. Now I'm going to add one new action for forwarding the email to the customer. Go to the add action, and here we search send an email. You can see the option send an email, Office 365 Outlook. Select this one. We have to configure email related parameters. The first one is a name, send an email. If you want, we can change it or you can leave as it is. And the second one is a description. This is a major role here. If you see the description for the agent to know when to use this action. So the agent should know when to use this email action. I slightly changed my description, like your responsibility is to send an email to the customer regarding the travel plan. Next, come to the authentication. What type of authentication you want to use? I changed this authentication to Copilot author authentication. The next one, input and output. This one we have already talked about in our last video. I leave it as it is and click add an action. So our workflow has been defined. We set the trigger and Power Automate forward the information to the agent, and the agent instruction we define the workflow, what should do. Based on the workflow, we have to define the action that we define it in Office 365 Outlook, send an email. Now time to test our trigger. Go to the trigger and click this icon, test trigger icon. It's checking for any latest email. After adding this trigger, there is no email so far. To test this one, I'm going to send an email to my Copilot account. Hello, I am planning to travel to Germany next month. Could you please send me a travel plan? I send this email to my Copilot email address. Email has sent. I click again, last refreshed. Yeah, our email arrived. Click start testing. When new mail arrives and travel plans topic get invoked, and there's a pop-up message to enter the information where you are going and how many activities you are looking for. So the problem here is we sent an email, agent able to get the information. So the complete information available here, but it able to trigger our topic, because in our topic we defined travel plan. Could you help me build a travel plan? We added different kind of phrases regarding this travel plan. Once agent receive email, the email content available related to travel plan. So it's default trigger our topic to enable this topic, and it shows a prompt to the user, enter your where you are going and how many activities you are looking for, but we don't want it, this one. So the first step, we have to fix this issue. Go to the overview and click this edit. The instruction, we have to specify the first step here. If you receive an email from customer regarding the travel plan, you should not trigger the topic. Instead, you should process the email message. So that I'm going to define it here. I add one more condition. Do not trigger the travel plan trigger. Ensure that the travel plan topic is not activated while handling the request. So this information I added. And I do one more changes because it's make confusion. I highlight the each session. This is available knowledge source, and this is for default step, and here this is a response. Click save and restart our test your agent and go to trigger again. Click test trigger, and we use the same email which we sent our testing. Click start testing, and this time there is no topic information. It redirect to the knowledge source and prepare the travel plans for us. is still working on it, and here able to detect the email. You see the email, the to address, actually I sent address from r.vinod@live.com, but the to address it's referring my Copilot account. So the email sent to my Copilot account, not the customer account, which is r.vinod@live.com. So we have to fix this issue. To fix this issue, go to Power Automate. If you select send a prompt to specified Copilot for processing, the body message here you can see this information I'm going to change it. Here I clearly specify to address, subject, and the main content of the message. So these three only I'm going to send instead of sending the complete whole body information. To send this information, first I need to add the variable. Click this button and here search initialize variable, this one, and select. Here I define my email variable, so email information, and change this to string data type. And next select this send a prompt to specified Copilot for processing and delete this one and go to flow button, and here you select the email information. Assign the value to this email information. We initialize and we send this email information, but the assignment is missing. That we have to set it. Again, go to this plus button, search, set variable, select this one, and select email information, and the value field, go to again flow button. First select the from address. So in this scenario, if I send email from r.vinod@live.com, the from address, it's my email address. So that one I select, I put prefix to, comma, next subject. Scroll down, select the subject, put like this, subject, and finally body. Again select the flow button and this time select the body of the message. That's it. Save your draft. So first we initialize a variable called email information. Second, we set the variable, pass from, subject, and body information. Finally, send a prompt to specified Copilot for processing. We forward this email information. First, we test this scenario in Power Automate. After that, we move to Copilot Studio. I save the draft and click the test. And here I select the manually and publish to test. Again, I'm going to send an email. Send an email. Here flow runs successfully. When email arrives, initialize variable and assign the set variable. Finally send this information to Copilot. All the stages is perfect. We click the set a variable and here we get assigned to subject information and body information. So all the information assigned properly. Next, select send a prompt to specified Copilot for processing. The input and parameter you see, use content from to address correct and subject information, finally body information. Seems to be our flow is working fine. Now go back to our Copilot Studio. In Copilot Studio, again go to triggers. And first you notice the trigger. Previously it shows as a body. Now it's changed to variables. Because in Power Automate, we changed as a variable to send to Copilot. That's why the trigger also get updated. Now time to test our trigger. Before test this trigger, I sent a new email specified I'm planning to travel Tamil Nadu for 10 days. Could you please send me a travel plan? And I added my Copilot email account. I send this email and go to test trigger. So here the latest date and time. I click start testing and found the email here, and session going to start. Now the knowledge source get triggered and preparing the travel plan based on our location, which we specified as a Tamil Nadu. Once knowledge source is done, our email get prepared. So this time two address correct and travel plan for Tamil Nadu and subject. And I go to my email. I have received email from our autonomous agent, and here the email information. We have sent this email address, and here we get the suggestion our 10 days plan. This is an example how to use autonomous agent in Copilot Studio.